Hello, friends, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Elise, and this is my not so mystical bookshelf. So, yes, you may notice in this video I do not have any of my stuff out, and that is because I am once again a woman on the move. I am moving to Florida in about a month. So these next couple of videos will be bare, to say the least. And it's funny because this video that I'm recording in this moment is my 100th video. So it's like interesting that I don't have any of my stuff out for it. It's not like a huge blowout celebration, but it is in my heart. It is a blowout celebration in my heart. And to celebrate my 100th video with you all, I wanted to go down memory lane, if you will. And I wanted to just talk about my experience as a booktuber and what I've learned in these 2 years, almost 3, that I have been on the scene of reading and reviewing and just enjoying life. So without further ado, this is Elise's Mystical Bookshelf 100th video celebration. So let me start by saying I'm very thankful that I was able to even have the opportunity to make YouTube videos in my spare time. And reading is something that has been integral in my life since I was a little girl. I started reading when I was about 5. I was reading at a first grade level in kindergarten, which is pretty crazy. And I have to attribute that to my mom. She always read to me when I was little. We would have story times together. And she always made sure to take me to the library and stuff. And I really found a home in books. There's so many books over the years that have really touched my heart and my soul. And some of those books I've done reviews on. Like my very first video was All the Bright Places. That was a book that really connected with me when I was in high school. It was something that I really, it's still my favorite book to this day. I cry every time I read it. I read it periodically. I used to read it once a year just so I could gauge myself with my emotional reaction, and I could still like feel that heart wrench when I read it, to know that I haven't been hardened that much by the world. That's kind of what I do with some books. I like use them as an emotional compass to gauge how I'm feeling. And I haven't read All the Bright Places in a while. It's been about 2 or 3 years. So maybe it's about time I should yank it back out and read it again, so I can gauge myself in this moment and be like, what's going on? How are we feeling? Yeah, usually it gut punches me, to be honest. But yeah, that's the one book. That was the one book that I wanted to review first and foremost. And that video was rough. I'm not gonna lie. I was so nervous. I was scared. I was like, nobody's gonna want to watch me talk about books. And I don't even know if people still watch me 100 videos later, but I'm just glad that I'm putting myself out there to see if someone does want to watch me one of these days. And it's a really good feeling, like putting your voice out into the world. Even if nobody watches, even if nobody listens, at least I have the peace of mind that I got my piece out there. And if someone does want to watch it, it's right there for them. And they can always go back to it and always have that moment to be like, connect with someone who's going through something they might be going through. Yeah, my first video was rough though. I was really apprehensive. I was not camera friendly. I was camera shy for sure. But now that I have expanded my repertoire of videos, I feel at home talking to everyone or no one. I'm at home talking. I feel like I'm talking to a good friend when I talk to the camera now, which is something that I'm really happy that I have that experience now, and it's made me more comfortable talking to people in general, because one of the things that people have always said about me is I'm so quiet, I never talk, I didn't know you could talk. I heard that a lot in middle school. I was pretty much a mousy person, mousy girl in middle school and somewhat in high school. But I feel like I've really grown into myself over the course of this YouTube channel. And I'm turning 30 this year. So really, this 100th video is like a big milestone in more than one way, because it's like me reflecting on my channel, and I'm also reflecting on my life and me as a person and how I've grown as a woman. And it's just really crazy to me, to be honest. I feel like I've gone through a lot in life, and I'm only 30. It's like I have this big life ahead of me still. It makes me think of that Tim McGraw song, "In my next 30 years." Yeah, you probably know that song. I'm hoping some people know that song. That's a song that I've been thinking about a lot, with turning 30 especially. But yeah, so like for video wise, I think the books that really touched me the most are, I'm really happy that I discovered Sarah Beth Durst on this journey. I feel like if I wasn't on BookTube, if I wasn't on Bookstagram, I might not even know that Sarah Beth Durst is a person. I might not know she exists. So I'm like super happy that I found out about her through all the different influencers that I watch, and on Instagram especially. I've really found my home in cozy fantasies. Like cozy fantasy was not something that I really got into when I was first starting to read. I was more of a lit fic, literary fiction, chick lit, sort of like not fantasy, more like realism, like true literary fiction realism. And fantasy is just something that never really caught my attention when I first started reading, especially in high school and college, and even in middle school. I really didn't even read fantasy that much. It just always felt out of my grasp, I guess. But then once I started my channel and I started really thinking about what kind of vibe do I want to set for my channel, what kind of precedents do I want to put out there in the world for people, and I've been leaning into the cozy stuff, and I think it's just because the world has felt so heavy as of recent, and it's just like sometimes you need to turn your brain off and turn fantasy on, and I love that. I really, really appreciate that now. So definitely my review of The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Garden, and soon to be The Sea of Charms. I'm really, really happy that I've added Sarah Beth Durst to my repertoire of reading, because she is one of my favorite authors now, which is crazy to me. I love her. I love her writing. I'm really excited for her new book. I pre-ordered it on Audible, so it'll be here before we know it. 3 days after my birthday, which I'm super, super stoked about. I think I might save it to listen to on the drive to our new house in Florida, because Florida is such a long drive. Even from Tennessee to Florida is like a 10-hour drive, so it'll be nice just to turn on a book and go on to our new journey. So one thing, yeah, Sarah Beth Durst, that's another one of the books that, like, she really touched my heart, especially. I've also really enjoyed cozy mysteries as of late, which is something that I also never really got into before. And I think with my YouTube channel, I'm really happy that I have so many options with how to read and consume books, because I found Libby, I found free books on Audible, I've gone to McKay's and found books from other recommendations that I've seen. I just love how there's so many ways to consume reading media, like consume books. Like I would have never read any of the books that I've currently read without Libby and Audible. And I've recently started a free trial with Everand. I'm just really happy with how the book scene has expanded and how we can gather media any way that we can. It's really awesome. And I'm really happy that I was able to listen to the Vampire Knitting Club. That was like the highlight of my year in 2024. Like I was shocked with how good that book series is, and it's still going on, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. I think the last one that I listened to was the one where Lucy got married, and I'm hoping that she's gonna just keep continuing this cozy mystery cycle, because the Vampire Knitting Club, it really got me through the year of 2024. That was like a really good series to listen to and review. It was so much fun. Let's see, that's like 1, 2, 3. That's 3 books. Let's do 2 more, and then we can call it quits on this 100th video. But, so yeah, book number 4 that I'm really happy that I listened to and reviewed. I would say I really enjoyed being able to review the Click series with you guys, because that is a book series that is also near and dear to my heart. And I'm so happy to say that I own almost all of them now. I never thought I would ever own any of them. I always just checked them out religiously when I was little, in middle school and in high school. And that's another book series that I like to read over and over and over to like gauge how I've changed and how much do I relate to the Click girls, I guess, because as Lissy Harrison says, different generation, same problems. That is her tagline for her email letters, and it's so true. I was just talking to my mom. Excuse me. I was just talking to my mom a little bit ago, and it was like about coworkers and drama and how it's like really crazy how we can grow up but not like really grow up or really grow out of these habits that we have with other people. So it's interesting when I read the Click series and I think about my own life, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's kind of the same. Like, I mean, I know I'm not like 12, but, you know, even at 30, it's like people don't break their habits very easily as adults. It's really the same patterns over and over and over. And it's interesting how we grow up, but we never truly like grow out of certain things. And it's interesting how like women can be catty constantly no matter how old they are, and it's just fun reading the Click series and being like, how does this relate to me as a 30-year-old woman? Which is interesting to say, but it's a good thought experiment. And that's one of the book series that I'm glad that I was able to put my thoughts out and share it with you. And I know I think there's a 3rd part to the Click series that I haven't reviewed yet. And I mean, that'll be coming. I should reread it again just to refresh my memory, and then read the latter half of the books and put it out there. But that's just another book series that I thought was super fun to review. And the last book series that I thought was fun, or at least thought-provoking, I guess it wasn't fun. I guess my most thought-provoking would be listening to My Dark Vanessa and reviewing it, because that is definitely a book or like a topic that I never thought I would cover on my channel. I never thought I would cover like really deep, like traumatizing books, because that's not the vibe I wanted. I really want to stick with the cozy fantasies, cozy mysteries. I want to stick with the light and fluffy stuff. But, you know, sometimes you gotta dig deep into the traumatic and really delve into it and talk about it, because it's an important topic to talk about. And I would say that was one where that was something that I'd never done before, because I have read traumatizing books. I just don't normally review them. And it's just interesting to tap into those thoughts in my head and just word vomit a little bit about it, because I kind of felt like a word vomit video. But I mean, I hope everybody enjoyed that, because I enjoyed talking about it. I don't know if it was like the most enjoyable experience ever, but I thought it was important to at least put my thoughts out there on that. And it seems to be receptive. It's gotten like 20 views so far, which is more than some of my other videos I've done. But overall, I think my YouTube journey is just 100 videos is just the beginning. I have many, many plans for my channel. I hope to get to 40 subscribers soon. I'm at 35 right now, so pretty close. And I really hope that my videos can be of solace to people. And I want to try to be approachable. That's my main thing in my videos. I want to be approachable to people. I want people to be able to comment and tell me, I liked this, I didn't like that, or I love that you talked about this, or just stuff like that. I want to be someone's friend. I want to be someone's like big sister or little sister, or someone they can either look up to or talk to. I just want to be that relatable woman. I want to be relatable to people. That's what my goal is with my channel, is I want to be there for people when they feel like nobody else is there for them. And it sounds cliche and cheesy, but you know what? That's just kind of who I am as a woman. I am a cliche and cheesy type of person. And bonus, I just thought about this. Another book series I'm glad that I found and read and reviewed, the Mother-Daughter Book Club. Oh my gosh, that book series has such a strong place in my heart. And I also own almost all of those books, so that's another thing I'm super excited about. I love that I can own my favorite books so that I can read them over and over again and get that same joy and maybe get something a little bit different out of it every time. That's what I love. Rereading books I love. That's the one thing that brings me joy in life, is rereading books that I have read before. It's something that I've always done. It's just something that I find super enjoyable. And yeah, that's where I'm going to cut it for this one. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and subscribing and commenting. And I hope we can continue to foster a good relationship here on YouTube, and that we can be friends, internet buddies, and bookish comrades in this book world. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, friends.